Welcome to Bookish 24/7. I'm Tom, and today we're going to talk about something so small, yet so powerful. Imagine this. You're with your friends. Someone laughs, someone asks a question, and suddenly you reply. In English, no fear, no long pause, just your voice, clear and real. What if you could do that? What if you could start talking with friends in English today, not next year? In this video, I'll show you how. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need fancy words. You just need a few simple steps and the courage to try. So take a deep breath. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Why talking with friends is the best way to learn. Let me tell you something simple, but important. Talking in English with friends is one of the best ways to learn. Why? Because with friends, you feel safe, you feel relaxed, you feel like you can be yourself, and when you feel safe, you learn faster, you try more, you speak more. You don't feel like you're in a test or an exam. You feel like you're just having a good time, and that's when real learning happens. Think about it. When you're alone, speaking English can feel difficult. You have to think of everything yourself. You feel nervous. You're not sure what to say. Maybe you even feel bored. But when you're with friends, everything feels easier. Your friend smiles. You smile back. Maybe they ask, "How are you?" And you say, "I'm good." And you? That's it. That small moment, that is real English. That is real practice. It's not just about learning rules. It's about living the language. Now imagine this. 3 friends are sitting on a bench. They're laughing, eating snacks. One of them says in English, "This is delicious." The others laugh and repeat, "Yes, delicious." Then one asks, "What did you eat for breakfast today?" And the conversation begins. Small words, short sentences, but full of meaning, full of practice. No stress, no fear, just joy. You see, when you talk with friends, you don't need to worry about grammar. You don't need to speak perfectly. Your friends understand you. They help you. Maybe they finish your sentence. Maybe they correct you kindly, but they don't judge you. They don't make you feel bad. That's why learning with friends works, because you are not afraid to try. Let me give you an example. A student named Amina wanted to speak English, but she always stayed quiet in class. She was afraid of mistakes. But one day, her friend said, "Let's practice English during lunch." Amina said yes. At first, she only said one word, rice. Then, "I like rice." After 1 week, "I ate rice with chicken." Her friend smiled and replied in English too. And slowly, Amina started speaking more and more. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. That's how she became confident, through friendly conversations, not through fear. Another reason why friends are the best for speaking practice is because the topics are easy. You don't talk about politics or history. You talk about your favorite food, your favorite movie, your weekend plans. These topics are simple but powerful because they are real. You say things you care about, and when you care, you remember. You learn faster. Now let's talk about something called emotional safety. This means you feel good when you speak. You're not afraid someone will laugh at you. You're not afraid to make a mistake. You feel calm. And that's exactly what friends give you. They create a safe space where you can speak freely. Even if you forget a word, even if you say the wrong thing, they still understand. They still support you. That emotional safety is like a warm blanket. It gives you the courage to speak. Here's another picture. Imagine you and your friend walking after class. You're talking in your native language, but then you say one word in English. Your friend repeats it. You both smile. Then you say a sentence. Your friend replies. The conversation grows. You laugh. You both make mistakes, but you don't care because you're learning, you're connecting, you're growing. That's the power of talking in English with friends. Also, when you speak with friends, you don't feel pressure. You don't feel like, oh no, I have to get this right. Instead, it feels like play, like fun. And fun is the best teacher. When something is fun, you want to do it again. And when you repeat it, you get better. That's how habits are made. That's how fluency is built. So, what's the big message here? If you want to start speaking English and really grow, talk with your friends. Use English for small things. Say, hi. Say, thank you. Say, I like tea. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present, being real, speaking now. You don't need big words. You don't need a long conversation. You just need a real moment. Because here's the secret. Fluency is not built in grammar books. It's built in smiles, in laughter, in shared food and friendly chats. One small sentence at a time. One small word at a time. Until one day you're not even thinking. You're just speaking. And it all started with one friend, one laugh, one small sentence. So start there. Don't wait. Look at your friend, smile, and say, let's try English today. Chapter 2. Start with simple words, not sentences. Let's begin with something very small but very powerful. One word, just one English word. You see, many learners think they have to speak in full sentences. They think, I must say everything right or not speak at all. But that's not true. In fact, the best way to start speaking English is not with big sentences. It's with small words, simple words, easy words, words you already know. Think about this. You are with your friend. You're speaking in your native language. And suddenly you say one word in English. Maybe thank you. Maybe coffee. Maybe yes. Just one word. Nothing big. But that one word is a door. A door to English. And every time you open it, it becomes easier to walk through. Let me give you an example. I knew a learner named Bilal. He loved tea. Every time he had tea with his friend, he would say chai. One day, he smiled and said tea instead. Just that. Tea. His friend laughed and said tea with him. The next time, Bilal said, good tea. A week later, I like this tea. You see what's happening? One word became two. Two words became a sentence. But it started with just one word. That's what we're talking about today. You don't need to wait for perfect grammar. You don't need to wait until you know how to make a full sentence. You just need to begin. And beginning with one word feels easy. It feels safe. It gives you confidence. Because one word is not scary. Try this with your friends. Next time you're talking in your own language, just drop in an English word. Say thank you instead of your normal word. Say hello when you meet. Say okay when you agree. Say coffee when you want it. These small switches are not silly. They are smart because they teach your brain, hey, English is normal. English is fun. I can use it. Let's imagine a conversation. You and your friend are eating. You say spicy in English. Your friend laughs and repeats, spicy. Then you both say it together. You smile. That's not a grammar lesson. That's not a vocabulary quiz. That's real English, living English. And you feel proud. You feel brave. All from one word. Here's another important idea. When you speak one English word during your regular conversations, you don't feel nervous. You're still in your comfort zone. You're with your people. You're not standing on a stage. You're not giving a speech. You're just saying one word. And slowly, your brain says, this is safe. I can do this. And that's how your confidence grows. There's also something called language mixing. This means using two languages together. It's okay. It's not wrong. Many bilingual people do it every day, so don't be afraid to mix. Say one English word, then switch back to your language. It still counts. It still helps. Because every English word you speak is practice, and every small practice makes you stronger. Let's try a few together. Imagine your friend gives you something. You say, thank you. That's it. They smile. Maybe next time you say, thanks, friend. Another day, someone tells you a story. You say, wow. That's English. One word, big emotion, real communication. The key here is this. You don't need to wait for perfect English to start speaking. You start small. You start with one word, and that one word becomes your first step, like a baby learning to walk. First one step, then two, then a little run. But everything starts with that first little move. So here's your challenge for today. Choose 5 English words you like, easy ones, words you know. Then try to use them in your conversations today. Just like that. Say them naturally. No pressure, no full sentence. Just the word. Do it once. Then do it again tomorrow. And again the next day. Watch how your fear starts to fade. Watch how your smile gets bigger. Because every time you speak one English word, you're telling your brain, I'm learning. I'm trying. I'm not afraid. And that's how real fluency begins. Not with long lessons, but with tiny, brave moments. So go ahead. Say yes. Say no. Say sorry. Say happy. Say friend. Speak one word, then speak another. Because these small words are not small at all. They are seeds. And from those seeds, your English will grow, strong, bright, and full of life. Chapter 3. Make English part of your friendship. Now that you've started using simple English words with your friends, it's time for the next step. We're going to talk about something beautiful, something simple but full of power. It's this. Make English part of your friendship. Not all the time, not in every conversation, but just a little bit, just enough to grow. When English becomes part of how you connect with your friends, it stops feeling like study. It starts feeling like fun. Let me explain. You don't need a classroom to practice English. You don't need a teacher. You don't even need a textbook. What you need is a friend who supports you, laughs with you, and learns with you. One friend is enough. Two friends? Even better. When you speak English together, something amazing happens. You feel safe. You feel free. You feel like, I can do this. So here's a small idea with big results. Ask one of your close friends, hey, do you want to try something new? Let's speak in English, just for 5 minutes a day. Not serious, just for fun. Maybe you decide to speak English during lunchtime, maybe during your evening walk, maybe while waiting for the bus. Pick a time that feels easy, a place that feels safe, and make a little English zone, just for you and your friend. This zone doesn't need rules. It doesn't need perfect grammar. It just needs one thing, a promise to try, a promise to speak. Even if you only know a few words, even if you feel nervous, the goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. And when you practice in a friendly space, your fear disappears. Let me tell you a story. Two friends, Maria and Noor, were in college together. They wanted to improve their English, but they felt shy in class. One day, Maria said, let's do something crazy. Let's speak only English during lunch. Noor laughed and said, okay, but only if we speak very bad English. So they started. At first, it was just jokes. I eat rice. I like chicken very, very much. They laughed a lot. They made silly mistakes. But they kept going. Soon they were not just joking. They were telling real stories. My mother made biryani last night. I have a test tomorrow. I'm so tired. Their English was still simple, but it was growing. Every day they added new words. Every week they felt more confident. And the best part? They were having fun. It wasn't study. It wasn't pressure. It was friendship in English. That's what I want for you. Find your Maria. Find your Noor. Create a small English space. It can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or more. It can be while walking, eating, or chatting online. It doesn't matter when or where. What matters is that you speak. Together. Every day. Like a habit. Like brushing your teeth. Like sharing a laugh. And remember, you don't need to talk about big topics. Talk about what you like. This food is good. I watched a movie last night. My sister is funny. These are simple sentences, but they are powerful because they come from your heart, and your heart is the best place to start speaking from. Now here's something really special. When you and your friends speak English together, you become stronger, not just in English, but in confidence too. You lift each other up. You celebrate each other's small wins. One day, your friend says, you spoke so well today, and you feel proud. Another day, you say to your friend, I understood everything you said, and they smile. This is how learning becomes joy. Also, when you make English part of your friendship, you don't stop speaking after 5 minutes. You start looking for chances. You say, let's try saying this in English. Let's teach each other one new word today. You build a routine, a rhythm, and that rhythm helps you grow just like a song. You begin to dance with English, and it feels good. So here's my challenge for you. Talk to one friend today. Ask them, Do you want to speak English with me for 5 minutes every day? Just 5. Start small, keep it fun, laugh at mistakes, share stories, tell jokes, use easy words, and slowly your English will become part of your daily life, like music in the background, soft, steady, and always there. Remember, you don't need many words, you don't need many rules, you just need one friend and one moment. So start today. Make English your shared language of growth, not for a test, not for marks, just for you, just for joy, just for friendship. Chapter 4. Use friendly topics, not difficult ones. Let me ask you something. When you talk with your friends in your own language, what do you talk about? Probably food, maybe your favorite TV show, a funny video, school, a memory, something small, something real. That's what friendship sounds like, and that, my friend, is exactly how you should start talking in English too, not with big, hard grammar topics, not with long sentences you don't even use in your real life, but with simple, friendly topics, the things you already talk about every day. Let's take food, for example. Everyone eats. Everyone has a favorite dish. So let's use that. You're with your friend. You're eating something tasty. Instead of saying "Mazaika hai," you say, "It's good," or "I like this." Then your friend replies, "You like mangoes?" And you say, "Yes, I love mangoes." You both smile. That small moment, that short exchange, that's English fluency. It's not a test. It's a connection. You see, many learners try to begin English speaking with topics like pollution, technology, the environment. These are important topics, but not for beginner conversations. When you're starting, you need easy, personal, emotional topics. Why? Because they live close to your heart. And what lives close to your heart is easy to say, even in a new language. Let's talk about music. Ask your friend, "What music do you like?" They say, "I like pop." You say, "I like slow songs." Or, "My favorite singer is Atif Aslam." That's a conversation. It's not hard. It's real. And real conversations are the bridge to fluency. Movies, same idea. You say, "Did you watch a movie last night?" Your friend says, "Yes, Spider-Man." You ask, "Good movie?" They say, "Very good." You laugh. You talk more. "I like action movies." "I like funny movies." Now you're sharing. Now you're practicing. You're not thinking about grammar. You're just enjoying the moment. And that's the secret. Fluency doesn't begin in the mind. It begins in the heart. Let me tell you a story. There were two students, Ali and Farah. They wanted to speak English but always felt nervous. One day, they decided to try something new. Every day after class, they would talk in English, but only about things they liked. One day they talked about food, another day about school subjects, another day about pets. They kept it light, friendly, and fun. And guess what happened? They started speaking without fear, because the topics were not scary. They were warm. They were familiar. They were safe. Here's something you can try. Make a small list of friendly topics. Write down food, school, music, movies, family, hobbies, colors, clothes, friends. Then, for each topic, write one sentence in English. For example, food, I like pizza. School, I don't like math. Music, I love soft songs. Movies, my favorite movie is Frozen. Friends, you are my best friend. Now share that list with your friend. Say one sentence. Let your friend say one. You don't need to go fast. You don't need to say many things. Just one sentence, one moment, one connection. The best part? These friendly topics are repeatable. You talk about food every day. You watch TV often. You listen to music. These are not study topics. They are life topics. And because you talk about them so often, they become easy in English too. That's the magic. Let me show you a small conversation. Two friends sitting at a table. A. You like pizza? B. Yes, I love it. A. Spicy or not spicy? B. Spicy. What about you? A. Not spicy. I cry. B. Haha. Same. That's it. That's English. That's fluency. You don't need complex grammar. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You just need to show who you are. With your voice, with your words, with your smile. So here's what I want you to remember. Friendly topics are not small. They are powerful. They help you speak from your feelings. And when you speak from your feelings, you speak with confidence. You speak with joy. So next time you're with your friend, don't think, what big thing should I say in English? Instead, ask yourself, what do I like today? What made me smile? Then talk about that, in simple English, with a soft heart, with a happy voice. And step by step, your fluency will grow, not from difficult grammar, but from easy joy. Chapter 5. How to ask simple questions like a friend. Now that you're speaking more with your friends, saying what you like and don't like, it's time to open a new door. And that door is called asking questions. You see, every good conversation has two things, speaking and listening. And questions are how we invite someone to speak. Questions are like little keys. They unlock connection. When you ask your friend a question in English, you're saying, I want to know you. I want to hear you. I care. And that makes your English conversation warm, strong, and real. But don't worry. You don't need to ask big, difficult questions. You just need to ask friendly, simple ones. In fact, you already know many of them. Let me show you the magic of 3 basic forms. Do you like? What is your favorite? When do you? Let's start with the first one. Do you like? This question is short. It's easy, and it works in almost every conversation. For example, do you like tea? Do you like movies? Do you like English? And the answers? Also simple. Yes, I do. No, I don't. A little. Very much. That's all. It's not about long sentences. It's about real talk. Now try it with your friend. Ask, do you like pizza? They say, yes. You say, me too, or I don't. You laugh. You talk more. That one question becomes a bridge, a way to keep the conversation alive. One question, one smile, one deeper connection. Let's move to the second one. What is your favorite? This one is beautiful because it makes people think. It invites them to share what they love. Try these. What is your favorite color? What is your favorite song? What is your favorite game? Your friend answers, blue. Dil Dian Galan. Ludo. You smile. You say, I like that too. Or, mine is red. Now the conversation continues. It becomes playful. It becomes personal. Let me give you a real moment. Two friends are walking. One says, "What is your favorite fruit?" The other says, "Mango." And they both start talking about summer, mango juice, childhood memories, all from one question. That's the power of asking. It opens the heart. And the third one, "When do you—" This question helps you talk about habits, routines, daily life. When do you sleep? When do you study? When do you eat dinner? These questions are great for beginners because they use easy words and they give clear answers. I sleep at 10. I study at night. I eat dinner at 8. Again, short, clear, simple, and very real. Here's something important. When you ask a question in English, you don't have to say it perfectly. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't even need to speak fast. Just say it with kindness. Say it with curiosity. Because friendship grows through curiosity. When you ask, "Do you like?" you are not just practicing English. You are practicing care. You are saying, "I want to know you." Let me tell you about a boy named Saad. He was shy to speak English, but he learned one question. What is your favorite? He started using it every day with his friends. First, what is your favorite color? Then, what is your favorite sport? One day, someone said, "You ask many questions, Saad." And he laughed and replied, "Because I like to learn." That was the turning point. He stopped being shy. He started feeling proud, all from simple questions. Now I want you to try. Right now, think of 3 questions you can ask your friend today. Use these forms. 1. Do you like? 2. What is your favorite? 3. When do you... Maybe it sounds like this. Do you like rain? What is your favorite movie? When do you wake up? Say it slowly. Say it kindly. And when your friend answers, listen, smile, and answer back. That's conversation. That's practice. That's fluency. Remember, questions are not just for getting answers. They are for building bridges. They are how we grow trust, how we keep the English going, and how we show love through language. So go ahead. Be brave. Be curious. Ask simple questions. Every question is a little light, and the more lights you share, the brighter your English journey becomes. Chapter 6. When you forget a word, keep going. Let me say something that might surprise you. Forgetting a word is not a mistake. It's not a failure. It's not the end of your English. It's just part of the journey. Even native speakers forget words. Even teachers like me. Even people who have spoken English for 20 years. So, if you forget a word, my friend, it's okay. Really, it's okay. The important thing is what you do next. Do you stop and go silent? Or do you keep going? This chapter is about courage. Emotional courage. Because sometimes the scariest part of speaking English is not grammar. It's that moment when you're speaking and suddenly the word is gone. It's on the tip of your tongue, but your brain is quiet. You feel stuck. You feel small. But guess what? You are not stuck. You are not small. You are growing. And forgetting a word is just a small bump, not a wall. Let me tell you a true story. A learner named Zara was having lunch with a group of friends. They were all practicing English together. She was talking about school and said, I needed, that thing for cutting paper. She paused. Everyone looked at her. She made a little cutting motion with her fingers. Her friend laughed and said, "Scissors?" Zara smiled wide. "Yes, scissors!" They all laughed together. The conversation continued. Nobody made fun of her. Nobody said, "Oh, you forgot." They helped her. And more important, she didn't stop. She kept going. That's the lesson. You can keep going even when the word disappears. You can finish your sentence. You can tell your story. You can speak from your heart, even without the perfect word. And sometimes when you find another way to say what you mean, that's when your English grows the most. Let me give you some real, easy strategies you can use when you forget a word. 1. Use your hands. Gestures are powerful. If you can show the meaning with your hands, do it. Want to say scissors but forget? Make a cutting motion. Want to say cold? Hug your body and shiver. Your friend will understand. Because communication is not just words, it's also movement, expression, feeling. 2. Describe the word. You don't know how to say refrigerator? Say, that cold box in the kitchen. You forget umbrella? Say, that thing for rain. It doesn't sound perfect, but it works. Your listener will understand you. They might even help you find the word, and when they do, you learn it better because you had to reach for it. 3. Use a different word. You forget shoes? Say foot clothes. Sounds funny? Maybe. But the meaning is clear. Forget glasses? Say eye helper. That's what English is. Playing with words until the meaning shines through. Now here's something really important. When you forget a word and keep going, you are teaching your brain something big. You're saying, I'm not afraid. I can still speak. I can still connect. And your brain remembers that. It grows stronger. It learns, English is safe. English is doable. I don't need to be perfect to speak. There's a beautiful kind of confidence that comes from these moments. You don't get it by memorizing. You get it by living the language. You get it by forgetting, and then finding your way anyway. And here's the truth. Sometimes your friend forgets a word too, and you help them. You smile and say, "Do you mean this?" And they nod, and you both feel good. That moment of helping, that shared mistake, that is friendship. That is language. That is the real heart of English. So next time you forget a word, don't panic. Don't stop. Don't say, "I can't." Instead say, "Let me try another way." Use your hands. Use your eyes. Use your heart. And speak. Because even if one word is missing, your voice is still full of meaning, full of courage. Forget the word. Remember the message. That's the real English. Chapter 7. Use body language and smiles. Here's something you might not hear in a textbook, but it's true. English is not only in words. It's also in your face, your hands, your eyes, and your smile. Yes, your smile. You can say so much without saying much at all. And when you're just beginning to speak English, this is your secret power. Body language, kindness, warmth. These are tools. And they are just as important as vocabulary. Imagine this. You're with your friend. You forget a word. You pause. You smile. You shrug your shoulders. You use your hands to show what you mean. And your friend, because of your smile, because of your gesture, understands you. You didn't say the word, but you said the message. That, my friend, is communication. That is connection. That is English. Let's go deeper. Body language means the way you move your body when you speak. It includes your face, your hands, your posture. And it works in every language. But when you speak English and your words are few, your body can speak for you. A nod says yes. A shake of the head says no. Raising your eyebrows means surprise. Rolling your eyes means something is silly. These are small signals, but they are powerful. Let's talk about hands. Your hands can show big and small. They can show cutting, cooking, driving, writing. You don't need to say the exact word. You can show it, you can move your hands, and your listener understands. They don't need a dictionary. They just need your energy, your expression. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful. Your smile. A smile is a message. A smile says, I'm friendly. I'm trying. I care. When you smile during a conversation, you create safety. You create comfort. You tell your friend, it's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay if I don't know the word. I'm still here with you. And they smile back, and suddenly, the pressure is gone. Let me share a real moment. A young learner named Imran was afraid to speak. Every time he tried, he got nervous. One day, he met a tourist at a park. The tourist asked for help. Imran didn't know all the words, but he pointed, he smiled, he nodded, he used his hands to show the way, and the tourist smiled back and said, "Thank you so much." Imran didn't speak full sentences, but he helped. He connected. That was real English. No big words, just a big heart. Sometimes when you're learning, you think, if I don't say it perfectly, I shouldn't say it at all. But that's not true. You can say it with your eyes, with your face, with your tone, with your kindness. English is not only language, it's feeling, it's expression, and you already have those. Try this. The next time you speak English, focus not just on the words, focus on your body. Are you looking at the person? Are you using your hands to help explain? Are you nodding, smiling, laughing? These are not small things. These are your tools. Use them. Even one warm smile can change a conversation. Let's say you forget everything. You're nervous. You don't know what to say, but you smile. You look your friend in the eyes. You say, I don't know, but you smile while saying it. That smile, it says everything. It says, I'm trying. It says, please help me. It says, let's keep talking. And your friend understands. They help. They respond. The conversation continues. You don't need to say everything with perfect English. You just need to say something with honesty, with kindness, with feeling. Here's a fun challenge. Have a short English chat with a friend using just 5 English words. The rest, use your hands, your smile, your eyes. You'll see. The meaning will still come. The laughter will come too. And most important, the confidence will come. Because language is not only about speaking, it's about sharing. It's about connection. And your body, your expressions, your energy, those are your first language. Use them with English. Let them help you grow. So next time you're speaking English with a friend, remember this. Words are powerful, but a kind smile, that's magic. Chapter 8. Make English mistakes together. Let's talk about something most learners try to avoid. Mistakes. Yes, those small errors, wrong words, mixed up grammar. They can feel scary, can't they? Maybe you say something and then you think, was that correct? Maybe your friend laughs and you wonder, are they laughing at me? But today, I want to change the way you see mistakes. Because here's the truth. Mistakes are not the enemy. Mistakes are your teachers. And when you make them with a friend, when you laugh about them, talk about them, and learn from them, they become something powerful. They become stories. They become steps forward. They become memories you carry with pride. Speaking English with a friend is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. And being brave means trying, even when you're not sure. It means saying the wrong word and then saying, oops, that was funny. It means hearing your friend say something incorrect, and instead of correcting them with judgment, you smile and say, I do that too. That's how trust grows. That's how English grows. That's how friendship grows. Let me tell you a story. Two best friends, Hassan and Fahad, made a small rule. Speak English during evening walks. One day, Hassan said, I go to market yesterday. Fahad laughed and replied, You mean you go to the market? They both burst out laughing. They knew it was went, not goed, but it didn't matter. That laugh became a lesson. That moment stayed in their memory. The next time Hassan said, I went to the market. Fahad smiled and said, Perfect. One mistake, one joke, one memory, one step forward. That's what I want you to feel. That joy, that ease, that freedom. Every mistake you make is not something to hide. It's something to share, something to celebrate. Because when you and your friend are making mistakes together, you are learning together. And learning together is always stronger than learning alone. Here's a secret. Most fluent English speakers didn't become fluent by being perfect. They became fluent by making thousands of small mistakes and not giving up. They mispronounced words. They mixed up tenses. They forgot vocabulary. But they kept speaking. They kept trying. They kept smiling. And every time they corrected themselves or someone helped them, they got better. So here's an idea. Turn mistakes into games. Try saying silly sentences and letting your friend catch the mistake. Say, he eat apple yesterday. Let your friend laugh and say, he ate an apple. Now switch roles. Let them try. Laugh together. Correct gently. Keep the energy light. Mistakes don't have to be heavy. They can be playful. They can be part of the fun. Here's something else to remember. When you make a mistake and your friend helps you, that moment becomes sticky. You remember it better. Why? Because emotion helps memory. If you laugh while learning, you learn deeper. That's the science of joy. And that's why learning with a friend is so powerful. And when your friend makes a mistake, don't rush to correct them like a teacher. Instead, listen, support, wait. Then gently say, "Oh, I think it's go, not goad." Or maybe just say it the right way back. "You went to the market?" That's cool. Your friend will hear it. They will learn. And they will feel safe. Because you didn't laugh at them. You laughed with them. Let me say it clearly. Every mistake is a shared story. Every error is a step forward. Together. The more mistakes you make with your friend, the stronger your English becomes. Not because you avoided mistakes, but because you welcome them. So here's your challenge. This week, speak in English with your friend. And when you make a mistake, smile. Point it out. Laugh together. Say, "Oops, I said that wrong." And keep going. Make a little mistake diary if you want. Not to feel bad, but to celebrate your learning. Because mistakes are proof that you are trying. They are signs that you are moving, that you are growing, that you are alive in the language. Don't fear them. Invite them. Share them. And remember, you are not walking this path alone. You are walking it with a friend. And every step, every small, silly, beautiful mistake is taking you closer to confidence. Chapter 9. Celebrate your small wins. Let's pause for a moment. Let's take a breath. And let's look back. Sometimes when you're learning English, you feel like you're not moving, like you're still stuck, like fluency is far away. But today, I want to help you see something you may have missed. How far you've already come. Yes, you've grown more than you know. Remember your first English word? Maybe it was hello, or thank you, or yes. It felt small, didn't it? It felt like a baby step. But now you can say a sentence. You can ask a question. You can speak to a friend even if just for a minute. That is not small. That is powerful. That is progress. Every small win matters. Saying good morning in English without thinking, that's a win. Ordering food using one English word, that's a win. Telling a friend, "I like your dress," that's a beautiful win. Don't wait for big changes to feel proud. Be proud of every little step. Because here's the truth. Fluency does not come all at once. It comes slowly, quietly, like a plant growing. One word, one sentence, one smile. Every time you use English, you water that plant. Every time you try, you give it light. And one day, without even noticing, it blooms. Let me tell you a story. A girl named Mira started learning English. She was shy. She couldn't speak a full sentence. But she made a promise to herself. One English sentence every day. On day 1, she said, "Good." On day 2, "I am good." On day 5, "I am good today." After a month, she was saying, "I am good today because I had tea with my sister and we laughed so much." That's the power of small steps. That's what happens when you keep going. Here's the problem. We often forget to celebrate. We focus on what we can't say, what we don't know. But what if you focused on what you have done, what you can say now? What if you said to yourself, "Look at me. I just asked my friend, 'What's your favorite food in English?'" That's not small. That's success. Celebration is not just about joy. It's about motivation. When you feel proud, you want to keep going. When you see progress, you feel hope. And when you feel hope, your fear goes down. That's why celebrating your small wins is not just a nice idea. It's a smart idea. It helps you grow faster. Here's something you can do today. At the end of the day, write down one English thing you did. Just one. It can be anything. You said thank you in English. You watched a short video and understood a word. You answered a message in English. Write it down and smile. That's your English win. You can also celebrate with your friend. Say, "Hey, you said that so well." Or, "You used a new word today." And let them say it to you too. Because when friends cheer for each other, everything feels easier, everything feels lighter, and learning becomes fun. And remember, no win is too small. If you said one new word today, that's amazing. If you listened to someone speak and understood one sentence, that's growth. If you made a mistake but didn't stop speaking, that's courage. And courage is always something to celebrate. So look at yourself. Really look. You are not where you were a month ago. You are moving forward. You are stronger now. You are braver now. Your English is blooming, word by word, step by step, and this is just the beginning. So clap for yourself. Smile for yourself. Say, "Well done," because you deserve it. You're not waiting for fluency. You are building it with every small win. Chapter 10. Speaking English with friends can change your life. Let's take everything we've talked about, all the words, all the laughter, all the small wins, and now let's imagine the big picture. Imagine your life 1 year from now. Imagine how simple conversations with friends in English today can grow into something much bigger. Because when you speak English with a friend, you're not just learning a language. You're opening a door to courage, a door to confidence, a door to the world. Think about this. One day, you're laughing with your friend and saying, "I like tea." The next month, you're talking about your favorite movie. A few months later, you're in class and the teacher asks a question. You raise your hand. You answer. Maybe your grammar isn't perfect, but you speak, and everyone listens. That same courage follows you to other places. At a job interview, someone says, "Tell me about yourself," and you remember your practice. You speak slowly, clearly. You say, "I am learning. I am growing. I can do this." And you get the job. Why? Because you built your voice slowly, brick by brick, sentence by sentence, with your friends. And here's something beautiful. One day, you're walking in your city. A tourist looks lost. They ask, "Excuse me, can you help me?" And your heart doesn't freeze. You smile. You say, "Yes, sure. Where do you want to go?" The tourist smiles back. They understand you. You helped someone. You used your English, not in a classroom, not in a book, but in the real world. That's the power of daily practice. That's the power of friendship. English is not just a subject. It's a skill. It's a tool. It's a voice. And when you use it with your friends, you make it part of your life. Every joke in English, every small question, every "Do you like mangoes?" and "What is your favorite movie?" They all build something. They build your fluency. They build your confidence. And most of all, they build your future. Let me say something very close to my heart. Every friendship in English is a door to the world. Yes. Every shared sentence is a step toward freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to connect, freedom to speak up, freedom to be proud of yourself. And here's the emotional truth I want you to feel in your bones. If you can speak with a friend, you can speak with the world. You don't need big words. You don't need a perfect accent. You just need courage, a little practice, a little joy. You've already done the hard part. You started. You tried. You made mistakes and kept going. You used your hands. You smiled. You forgot words and found new ones. You asked questions. You laughed. You listened. You cared. That's what English is about. That's what learning is about. That's what life is about. So what happens now? You keep going. You keep speaking. You keep choosing English again and again. You say hello in English. You give a compliment in English. You tell your story, piece by piece, with your friend by your side. And with every word, you step closer to the person you are becoming. This is not just about language. This is about becoming brave, becoming open, becoming ready for the world. So speak with your friends, speak with your family, speak with anyone who will listen, and speak with love, with laughter, with light. Because your English is not just in your mind, it's in your smile, it's in your hands, it's in your heart. And now, it's in your voice. Let it out. Let it grow. Let it take you places you've only dreamed of. Because this voice, this beautiful, real, powerful English voice, it's yours now. If this video made you smile, if one chapter made you dream or helped you feel brave, please do 4 simple things. Like this video. Comment below and tell me, what's one English sentence you want to say to a friend today? Subscribe to Bookish 24/7 for more warm, simple, and friendly lessons. Share this video with a friend you want to speak English with. And remember, fluency is not a solo journey. It's a shared one. Start small, speak softly, smile often. Your words are waiting inside you. Let them out. With your friends, with your heart, and with your voice. Let's speak together.